Hi, it's Michael Sheehan, Technology Evangelist for GoGrid, and today I'm going to quickly walk through some of the new features we released in February on GoGrid. So what you see here is our new login page, which has some helpful links including the Getting Started guide, the wiki forum and blog, as well as other content that you may find useful for when you decide to build out your GoGrid infrastructure. So what we're going to do now is log into the GoGrid portal, and what you should see is the standard grid view that lists out all the objects that you may have previously deployed. You can see load balancers, web and app servers, database servers, and cloud storage. So some new things to note about here: we have some new tabs which I'll go into, which is the list view and some other items within the UI that might be interesting. But primarily, I wanted to show a new feature here that you can see in the add section, which is dedicated server. So now with GoGrid you can deploy not only GoGrid cloud servers but also dedicated servers. And what these are physical boxes that you can order within the GoGrid portal, and within 2 business days they will be actively deployed within your GoGrid infrastructure. And these servers use the same IP blocks that you already have. They can connect to the internal network that your cloud servers have, and you share the bandwidth. Inbound bandwidth is free and you're only charged outbound transfer. So anyway, I'm going to jump right in here and add a dedicated server. So you see the familiar widget that pops up where you can name your server. So I'm going to call this a dedicated server, and you can put in your description into this field. Then you choose a IP address, and this is from your standard GoGrid static contiguous block of IP addresses. I'm selecting one here, and then I'm choosing one of the 3 plans that are available here, and you can be charged either on a monthly basis or prepay annually, and you get a nice discount if you do go the annual route. So I've selected my advanced dedicated server. I'm clicking next. Then you will see the selection widget, which is very similar to the GoGrid cloud servers. And we have a variety of operating systems available for GoGrid dedicated servers, including CentOS, Debian, Fedora, Red Hat, Enterprise Linux, Ubuntu, Windows 2003, and Windows 2008. And also note that some of the Windows 2008 and 2003 servers, you can also get SQL Server with that at an additional monthly charge. And be sure that you select the proper image based on the number of processors you chose in the previous screen. So what I'm going to do here is simply choose an Ubuntu image that I'd want deployed on my GoGrid dedicated server, and clicking next. And then at this point I would click yes, add it once I agree to the short terms of service. In this case I've already deployed some, so I'm just going to jump through that process and show you what it looks like within GoGrid itself. Normally you would click yes, add it, and then within 2 business days your dedicated server would be available within the GoGrid infrastructure. So clicking no, cancel, and there you have it. It's very simple in terms of deploying a dedicated server. So now I'm going to quickly go over the new tab here called the List View tab, and what this is a way to visualize your GoGrid infrastructure, but more from a list standpoint as opposed to a graphical standpoint. So you can see here that I already have a bunch of GoGrid cloud servers deployed, and as I mentioned previously, I've already deployed some dedicated servers within GoGrid. So currently we don't show the dedicated servers within the grid view, and that's part of the reason why you now see this list view. And the list view will show you all the pertinent information, including IP address, the description, the type of server it is, how much RAM you have within that server. You can also obviously view your load balancer information and your cloud server information. If you want to copy an IP address, for example, you can just select it and copy it. It's very useful. Another nice thing that you can do is you can group and filter. I can group by a certain type of OS type, or if it's a sandbox or something like that. So I have a couple of sandboxes deployed already. Also pertinent to the dedicated servers, when you select one of these dedicated servers within the list view, you do have the ability to restart the server, and this does a hard power cycle of your dedicated server in real time. Do note that the state doesn't update automatically. We recommend that you simply ping the server to find out when it has been fully rebooted. You can also delete a server should you decide that you don't need it anymore. And there's a little bit of a difference here between cloud servers and dedicated servers. If I were to delete a cloud server, it would be gone immediately. With a dedicated server, since you're on a monthly plan or a yearly plan, it'll pretty much look till the end of the particular billing cycle for when the server is actually deleted. So here you can see I had a job for creating a dedicated server, and it shows up right within the Jobs tab. Some other things that we've added to make your usage of the GoGrid portal a little easier. We have added links to the GoGrid CDN login page should you choose to use that service. We've also added a link to information on the wiki about unblocking email, the SMTP protocol specifically. We block that by default to prevent spammers and other type of malicious activity that utilizes SMTP. So you do need to request that you unblock that within GoGrid, and you do that by opening a support ticket. So some other things under support, we've added links to the forums and the wiki, and some other things as well. So another feature that we can't really show on the portal is the fact that you can now edit any kind of load balancer that you have deployed, and you can edit it real time. So a use case for that would be, say you've added some more servers into your infrastructure and you want to simply add those servers into the list of balanced servers that your load balancer is controlling. You can do that through the API, and there's information on the GoGrid wiki as well as on the GoGrid blog. So that's sort of a quick overview of the new GoGrid release that came out in February 2010. So to summarize, you can now deploy dedicated servers within GoGrid, and they share the same IP space and network as your GoGrid cloud servers. We introduced a new list view that allows you to view large numbers of servers that you may have deployed. This is very useful for people who have 30 or more servers, and you can double click and rearrange columns and rows and that sort of thing. Makes it a lot easier. We've added some helpful links throughout the portal, and we've added the ability to edit a load balancer via the API. If you have further questions, we encourage you to either contact a GoGrid sales representative through the GoGrid site, or you can read more on the blog, which is at blog.gogrid.com. The product site obviously is www.gogrid.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter. We're at GoGrid, and become a fan of us on Facebook. Thanks a lot.